3 glasses of water lined up, Phil.
I'm not OCD at all, Karen.
Hot moms. I love hot moms. How does your audio work on these? Does it pick up pretty damn good?
That is better than the GoPro. Yeah. That is really good.
Oh, they're great cameras.
Exactly.
I had that G1X.
Yeah.
I think I told you had the same chips, T5i, and it was this big. Is it that?
Yeah, exactly. But that's like a 1-inch sensor.
Yeah.
And the GoPro is not. I want to get the DJI 3, which is.
You should buy my Google Pixel phone.
I googled it.
Yeah. And?
No. Yeah, not great. Not
What?
great. So
really?
Video quality is not great.
Oh, I love the video.
I need decent video, as you know, for my live stream.
I should buy the 13. I'm telling you that.
No, I don't want iPhone.
13 Pro Max.
Anyway, we started.
1 terabyte.
Clap.
Most foreigners that come here are horrible people.
Really?
Horrible. Yes. That's why it's such a delight to meet you. Even though you're a moaner, but.
Hello, good morning, good evening, and welcome to Bigg World Cinema. Without further ado, we'll continue with what you're here for.
Okay, we are here with. Introduce yourself, young man.
My name's TJ, just like the hot dog, tender juicy.
And where are you from?
I'm from heaven. From my mama, from Michigan in the north.
Elton John.
Elton John?
You're son of Elton John.
Elton John, the son of Elton John. I don't think he has any sons, does he? He's got kids?
No, he does have kids.
Well, Phil said he was looking for somebody with big boobs for a video. And,
So
here I am.
How old are you?
I am old enough, Phil.
We met for the first time in the elevator in this condo building.
Yep.
And the fact that you are a lot younger than the normal person who comes to the Philippines. So you're mid-30s or?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Okay. So
I'm not a pensioner.
You're not over 40, are you?
No.
No. Okay. So you're in your 30s.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what attracted you to the Philippines?
Oh boy, I've been trying to come to the Philippines since 2020.
Right.
Which is actually interesting. I used to make a lot of money. I was on a challenge with American Airlines to get executive platinum status, which is the tippy top.
Okay.
And I had 2 trips left to get the status.
Right.
Well, I was going to do 3 weeks in Thailand, 3 weeks here, and then shit hit the fan.
Right.
With lockdowns and everything, and I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to come since 2020. And the reason is I had met this guy who turned out to be a complete a-hole.
Yeah.
But I asked him, I said, American women are kind of terrible. Where would you go? He's been all over the world and, not living the most virtuous life, but been all over the world. And I said, where would you go if you were looking for a good woman for a wife? Where would you go?
Right.
And he said, right here. He said, Cebu City, Philippines. He said, it's got the, it's kind of like a mix of province and city. It's got all the best stuff that you want in a city.
Yeah.
But it's also a little bit more of a, it doesn't have like that hustler attitude of like Manila.
Right, sure.
And that kind of stuff. So that ever since he said that, I was like, yeah, plus I'm Catholic.
Okay.
Catholic. I want a Catholic girl.
Do you go to church?
Yeah. Here I'll go to like Santo Niño.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't go all the time.
So the guy who told you about the Philippines, he was American, yeah?
No, New Zealand.
Sorry, and where did you meet him? You met him in America?
I met him in Colombia.
Oh,
So
okay.
I lived part-time in Santa Marta, Colombia for a while, and I actually met him when I was taking a trip to Medellin.
Right. He was a guy, an older guy, similar to mine.
Older than me, kind of halfway. He's like 50-something now.
Okay. When did you first manage to get here?
I first managed to get here about 9 days after they lifted the lockdown.
So that was 22.
For travel. March 1 that they lifted the travel ban or whatever on tourism.
Yeah.
And I think I was here like a week and a half or 2 weeks after that.
What's your intention of coming here?
Well, my intention coming here was not just to like find a wife.
No,
I haven't found one yet.
Yeah.
But my intention coming here was, I'm also a world traveler. And again, it's a Catholic country. I like to go to a Catholic country. At the time, I had not been to Asia yet.
Right.
Wanted to come to Asia. And also, I mean, we were connected for 50 years, Philippines and the United States.
Yeah.
So I've always had this, I've always wanted to come.
Yeah.
Because we were connected for 50 years.
Okay.
And it's, you know, it was always something I wanted to do anyways.
Did you start chatting to any Filipinos before you came here?
So as soon as the lockdown hit, I kind of gave up because I was like, well, I can't.
So on apps when you first got
I was, yeah.
Can you
I was on. So when I was here, no, and I did get banned from a couple of them.
Right.
Liberal women in the United States got me banned off, like Tinder and Bumble. But I was on, when I first came here, I was on Tinder, which was, I mean, it was great. I mean, I'm not on it now, but it was fantastic. I had like, I mean, I think when I last remember, I had like 5,000 likes or something like that.
On Tinder?
Yeah.
And how many dates did you go on when you first got here?
Oh, I don't know. I can't tell you.
A lot. You're talking lots of dates.
Sure, but like, you know, I'm not like a high pressure kind of a guy. Like, hey, let's go for a coffee or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not like, hey, let's go for a big fancy dinner or things like that. Just casual, actually casual. You know, I always warn people here, especially when I like, you know, when I like meet like a girl and they're like, oh, I'm trying to go on casual dates with foreigners. I'm like, don't say casual. Oh my God, don't say that. Then they think that you want to go to bed immediately and not even know each other's last name. And but yeah, no, we've got to also understand that not only am I one of the very few whiteys that's actually here.
Yeah.
Nobody was able to come for 2 years.
Yeah.
And I'm, you know, younger.
Yeah.
So I think those are probably the X factors. And honestly, the girls kind of like chubby guys here, I think.
Do they?
I think so. When I walk in the hood, they say I'm Tomsy, which is tomboke and sexy.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I mean,
is it because
it's kind of a little bit of a chubbier country too.
Well, I was about to say a lot of Filipinos are quite chubby, and under 5 foot and quite chubby is sort of, you know, quite similar to your.
I mean, over 5 foot and quite chubby. So I don't know. Maybe that's part of it. You know.
Idea was your idea at that time to look for a partner, a girlfriend, a wife.
For sure. Well, I mean that is the goal. I mean, most of the guys who come here are just trying to get it in, and I'm. You know, I don't want to say I could care less about that.
Yeah.
But my eventual goal is I want to find a girlfriend and a wife and have a family.
Right.
And I still have hope but I think that the Philippines, for that, I think is the best place in the world.
And you want to settle here?
If I have the ability, I would love to move here full time. My ideal plan now is you got to find the right girl, of course.
Yeah.
You know, you get married, have your children, but I want the children to stay here. That way you can kind of keep them.
Sure.
In a private school is much more affordable here. I can go back and forth like I do now.
Yeah. So how many times have you been here in total?
Oh shoot, 3, 6, 7. This is my 7th
trip in 2 years.
Correct.
And what is the length of those trips?
The shortest was 3 weeks. The longest was. This is the longest at 6 weeks, tied with last year, July and August.
But you haven't always stayed in Cebu, have you?
No, I've been most everywhere. I've been to all of the big islands except Masbate, Mindoro, and Palawan.
You have to be careful how you say Masbate.
How do you say it? Masturbate? Masturbate?
And would you say, in your experience, that dating is different in different parts of the Philippines?
No.
It's not different. I mean, you are now on. You're not on Tinder and Bumble because you've been.
No, not really on much anymore.
on what?
No more Tinder, no more Bumble. No Badu, no Illy.
Are you on any dating apps at the moment?
Yeah, I have a couple that I paid for, and I look at them every once in a while. That's for sure.
Okay,
yeah. And it's not my serious #1 main focus.
If you enjoy this channel's content, please could you like, share and subscribe? Thank you.
Are you into like walking around? I mean, you're a very affable chap. So do you go around chatting to girls on the street and get in?
I chat to everybody on the street.
I know you chat to everybody on the street because I've been on the street with you. Do you approach girls on the street and get their numbers and things like that, or is it mainly?
You know, I mean, I don't really know. Like, I've done that here and there a little bit. But for the most part, man, they get so embarrassed and nervous about everything that's not necessarily, I don't think, the best idea. I think if you go in with a plan, you're at a restaurant, you see a cute girl, and as you're leaving, you say, hey, you're cute. I don't want to embarrass you at work. Can I get your WhatsApp if you're single? If not, no worries. You give them an out.
Okay.
And if they're truly interested, because if you give them an out and they don't take it, I think you're good.
Dating history in the past.
I was married for a very short time to an American girl.
What age did you get married?
Absolutely horrible. Early 30s. And
you were married for
just 2 years.
2 years.
We were together a total of 6 years.
Right.
And I really think that feminism, we probably have to block that out, is a really a bad thing, Like, I was doing very well financially. Very, very well. Plus 35 pounds lighter, and when my marriage failed, I had so many friends that said, if you can't keep her happy with such a wonderful income and taking one vacation a month, it was a wonderful life. No worries about money or anything, nothing.
What do you think happened?
It's like that meme. The girl's in bed and Superman's sleeping, and she goes, "I think I can do better." And then that's what my friends said. They said, "If you can," and she was a very, I don't want to say she's an average girl. She was kind of, she wasn't like a 10 out of 10 or anything like that. And what drew me to my American ex-wife was, she loved her daddy and she claimed to be a good moral Christian woman. And things like that. That went tits up.
Would you consider getting involved with an American woman again? Or?
Hell no. I mean, she would have to be really exceptional. Really exceptional. Because when you come over here and you have, a woman that's actually nice to you. And of course, there's some that are going to ask for money and be deceptive and things like that.
Have you had the experience of being scammed at all or anything like that? Being asked for money?
A couple years ago, there was a girl that I liked that steal from me.
Oh, did stole from you?
Stole 5,000 pesos
from your room.
Yeah, just when I was doing something and whatever, and karma comes through.
But that's not the normal Filipina.
No, hell no, I don't think so.
No,
not at all.
Is there an age range you go for? Is there?
It would be 18 to 26.
Okay.
Under 26.
Why not 26 to 36? What is?
I want to have children and I want to know somebody for more than 5 minutes before I have kids.
Okay.
And it's funny too because they don't really they have sex ed here, but they don't really teach a lot of the same stuff that I was taught. 90% of your eggs as a woman are dead.
Sure.
They're gone. And also by 30, if you don't have any children by 30, you've only got a 50-50 chance to ever have children in your life. So I'd say under 26 is preferred. It's a very exceptional woman, maybe up to 29, maybe 30.
Right.
Maybe. It's not just, but that's the thing, Phil. You talking to a bunch of ugly girls? I'm not. Looks don't matter at all. Nothing. I mean, that's a good title for the video. Looks don't matter at all. Successful men are only ever going to talk to cute women. Ever.
Sure.
Looks are the least important thing.
For them.
Here at BWC, Uncle doesn't charge a subscription fee like Auntie does, but buying us a coffee would be much appreciated. Thank you.
So 26 and under, not simply because of reproduction. Looks, sure, but like I was saying, successful men only are going to talk to cute women anyway. So looks are the least important thing. But also, the older a woman gets, the more you're paying the price for all of her bad relationship decisions in the past.
How do you feel about the fact that they might have dated other foreigners before?
I would never consider a girl for anything serious at all if they dated a foreigner before. Never.
Just one foreigner?
Never. Never. Ask them. When you talk to them, ask, what ended that relationship? Oh, he cheated, or he was hiring girls from the bar, or whatever it is. It's not because of the girls. It's because of the foreigners' behavior. Most foreigners that come here are horrible, horrible people.
Really?
Horrible. Yes. That's why it's such a delight to meet you. Even though you're a moaner, but
who do you think I are?
Carl Pilkington Sr. Yeah.
So we'll
I got you off topic. I got you off.
You got me off topic.
That's great.
Mary O'Gear from you. Yeah, exactly.
Because a lot of the women here are very trusting.
Yeah.
And that's also. I mean, I wish I could warn all of them to stay away from foreigners completely.
Right. Okay.
Even if it means I don't find my match.
Yeah.
It's just such a horrible problem here.
But there's lots of good guys here as well. Who
No.
There's no
1% or less. If you want to go hire girls from the bar and just get it wet, go to Thailand. This is not the place for that. Or go to Angeles City.
Yeah.
That's where you can do that.
Which is horrible. I've been there. Yeah, it's horrible.
I've never been. I've specifically not gone because I heard that's all it is.
Exactly.
I have no need for that. I don't hire girls from the bar, and I don't do drugs, and I don't drink too much.
Yeah.
That's not what I do.
Why do you not drink that much?
Well, I've got a heart problem, Phil.
Sorry to hear about your heart problem. When did you first discover you had a heart problem?
A little over a year ago. Yeah.
And how did that come about?
I had a cold.
Okay.
So I went to the urgent care. You know those little pills they give you if you have a cough? You ever have those? I don't know what they're called, but I was expecting those.
Right.
And instead they gave me albuterol, which albuterol is for like asthma.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Opens up things. But if you have high blood pressure, which mine wasn't that high, but if you have high blood pressure, it works the opposite. It spikes your blood pressure up.
So you knew you had high blood pressure at the time?
I didn't know.
Oh. Okay.
I knew it was a little bit elevated, but nothing bad at all. So it spiked my blood pressure.
But why was your blood pressure high at the time? Why?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Bad diet, genetics,
so were you,
fat, who knows?
Okay, so what sort of shape were you in before you had your...
About 30 pounds lighter than I am now, but still chubby.
Okay, right.
But very strong, not easily winded, nothing like that. I was asymptomatic up until a year ago.
Right, so you went to the hospital.
Urgent care. And I was trying to get these little pills.
Yeah.
They gave me albuterol instead.
Yeah.
Took it, spiked my blood pressure up to like 190 over 150, like stroke levels.
Okay.
And I go back, I'm like, I feel like I'm gonna pop. And they give me blood pressure medication and said, go to your doctor on Monday. I did, and she gives me an EKG, and she comes back in the room, and that's when everything went to shit. Ian said, we think you had a heart attack.
We think you've already had a heart attack?
Yeah, I didn't have a heart attack, but that's how the EKG looked.
Okay.
Because it's, I didn't have a heart attack, but my heart just doesn't work right, so it looked all screwy on the paperwork.
And then what's happened as a result of that?
What's happened? Everything's gone to shit.
No, you've got a pacemaker.
I got a pacemaker now, 4 surgeries last year.
Right.
On way too much medication.
Really?
Yeah.
But how are you feeling health-wise? Are you feeling...
I get, it comes and goes.
Right.
Like I was at the mall yesterday.
Yeah.
Trying to blind massage. Have you had one of those?
Not yet, no.
It was terrible. Don't do it. But trying to blind massage, and during that I was having I get chest pain here and there.
Okay.
Usually every day, a little bit at least.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's stronger, sometimes it's not. But I'm waking up every day staring at my impending doom.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Every time I take a shower or shit, I'm happy when I finish, so they're not finding me in a compromised position.
And so you're going to be on medication for the rest of your life?
Nobody really knows anything. Doctors are just kind of guessing, I think. First guy told me 40 years, the next guy told me 1, the next guy told me 2, now they're saying 5. You never know.
So what can be done about it? Anything?
I'll eventually need a new heart.
Right, okay.
But you've only got 10 years with a new heart.
Right, but then can you get another new heart after that?
Yeah, I guess, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, the whole system is screwy. And it's not like it's because it's the U.S.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm at NIH, right? That's what you guys have, right?
NHS.
Yeah. If I'm there, I probably just wouldn't get anything yet. So.
No, but you'd be lying outside.
I'd be gone.
Yeah,
I'd be under the ground.
Exactly.
A friend of mine here.
Yeah.
He's a pharmacist. He's in medical sales.
Okay.
And before that, he was actually the rep for one of my more important medications a month.
Right.
And I said, if I ever have a problem, where should I go? And he said, Dr. June at Changhua near Fuente.
Okay.
So I got a backup plan. If something were to happen when I'm here, that's where I would go.
Okay. What do you do back home?
I have a photo booth rental company.
Right.
And I have a few good staff members that do the events when I'm gone.
Okay.
And I can't really do the events myself anymore anyway. So if I'm there, I'm going to an event, but still having to pay staff. And I have a DJ service. Same thing. Don't do those events, but I have other people that do them.
Okay.
And then I have an athletic event that I own with a friend of mine. And I do some Uber driving, which is like Grab.
Okay.
And I make political t-shirts for Donald Trump.
Which you're in the process of doing at the moment, right?
Yeah, that's like that business is building.
Okay.
eBay and Amazon.
Yeah. So what are your plans for the rest of the year? You're staying here for...
I'm here for another 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to go back, and my plan is to come back in the summer. and then again in the fall.
Okay.
Yeah, so another June,
every few months,
or another July, August,
yeah,
and then
coming back to Cebu, you mean? Or why?
Well, I might, just because there's so many foreigners here now. I'm thinking about moving to Davao.
Okay.
Have you been there?
I've been to Davao. I like Davao, but I spent much time in Manila.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I like Manila.
Okay.
I don't know why people get down on Manila.
Well, I don't either. I think the people who get down on
Manila
Manila are the people who just flown into the airport and thought, oh, this is really busy, I need to get out.
Manila for me is like, sure, the traffic sucks, but it sucks here too.
You find your place in Manila to live, and you can just operate from around there. That's how I find
Well,
it.
and you can take a motorcycle 25 minutes and go up to Marikina and get out of it. Or
Exactly.
Go over to Ermita. And,
Yeah.
You know, be in the middle of everything.
Yeah.
Or you can go down south and get to the bay. You know, in an hour, take a taxi in for an hour.
Exactly.
You know, that you can get out of it. You can get away a little bit. You know.
Yeah.
And that's the difference between Manila and here, is you can at least get away from the foreigners a little bit there. You know.
In Manila?
Yeah.
There's still quite a few foreigners there.
There's way more, but you can get away from them
Because
easier.
it's quite spread out.
Yeah. And I think that's because Cebu is the jumping off point for everywhere else around here.
Yeah.
All the island hopping. So I think that's probably
So,
it.
for people watching, for viewers who have not been to the Philippines ever, what would your advice be on coming here?
Okay, 65 and under. Annual rates for a Pacific Cross Peso plan.
Okay.
Board level is 500,000, annual benefit. Semi-private 750, and private is 1.5 million. So here's the cost. Yeah. Okay, that's great. So what were we going to finish up with, Phil? My advice for people coming here?
Why would people choose to come to the Philippines as opposed to any other country? Why should people decide to live here? Or
well, if you're a Catholic, is a very good reason. It's a Catholic country. You know, one of the things that I like best about here is that there's still a moral obligation to be a good person, and you don't have that a lot of other places. 2 degrees, and Phil doesn't believe in air conditioning. You should see his back. Show your sweaty back. There, put that in the video. A sweaty mess.
Anyway, where were we?
So I've been to most of my time has been spent in the Philippines, of course, but I've been to Vietnam. I've had different experiences than you. I don't have as many like scammies and scammers. And maybe that's an age thing. You think? Do you think that they think that because you're older, you've got a lot more money, and you're
a bit more
stupid or more naive, more trusting, things like that?
We have different experiences because you're a lot younger than me.
Yeah.
So for me, if I love Vietnamese women, I love Chinese women.
They're beautiful women.
But I've got no chance because they are not interested in older men. Whereas in the Philippines, a lot of Filipinas are interested in older men. But you're not an older guy, so you could go anywhere in the world, basically.
Yeah.
That's my point.
I'm also chubby though, Phil. So that detracts. Yeah. But okay, so Filipinas compared to Vietnam, you're never going to have a chance in Vietnam. Vietnam is very, very, very conservative, I think.
Yeah.
Very conservative. And then I've also been to Thailand, but I didn't like Thailand at all. It's like there's no real women in Thailand. Right. It's like they're all some sort of little version of paid. Okay. Like paid companionship. And I was there, I had normal people scolding me for not participating in that.
Right.
Like, you're a foreigner, that's part of the economy, that's what you should do when you're here. And I'm like, I don't like it.
It's called going with foreigners. It's not considered prostitution, it's considered just survival.
And it's just part of life then.
Yeah.
Which is weird because Thailand is a middle income country. Yeah. Like an upper middle income country. You know? Here is even middle income. It's lower middle income.
Yeah.
But Thailand would be more on like Philippines, Colombia, Thailand, as far as middle income countries go. And but Filipinas tend to be, for me, more trusting, lower body count, more respectful, more family oriented, things like that.
Right. Yeah. So you'll be quite happy to settle there in Egypt?
I would. Yeah, I would. Not necessarily go back to the States, but I'd like to have the right one here, support her here, and then eventually move here.
What we were talking earlier about American women. Why do you feel that coming to the Philippines as an American will make your life better?
Well, I mean, women in America, like when you ask, you've seen these street interviews. You ask men, do men need women? And men always say, yeah, of course we need women. There are mothers, there are this or that. Yeah. And then you go and you ask American or even Westernized women, do you need men? And they're like, no. No, F them. We don't need them. It'd be better if they got rid of them. And it's just not true. And there's this jaded mentality, an anti-male mentality. It's complete delusion, of course.
Yeah.
Complete delusion. And you look at the States, and 85% of divorces are initiated by women.
Right. Okay.
And you've got women who are very mid.
Yeah.
No women in the westernized countries care about a virtuous man. They don't care if he's a good man. They don't care if he's a hard worker. They don't care about any of that.
Yeah.
They care about, does he have money? Is he going to pay my bills? Is he going to let me do whatever I want?
Right.
And then they say that it's disrespect if you just don't, if you ever disagree with them. They say it's disrespectful. I'm like, part of loving somebody and caring about somebody isn't protecting them or keeping them from any bad words or any bad feelings.
Yeah.
If somebody's doing something bad, you've got to talk to them about it, and you've got to keep them from making bad decisions, or tell them, hey, this is a bad thing, you've got to stop this, you know?
Yeah.
And that's it's ridiculous.
So,
absolutely ridiculous.
Come to the Philippines, you say.
If you are a good and a virtuous man that's looking for a relationship and eventually a wife and children, and that's when I would say you should come. If you're just trying to party, go to Angeles City or go to town.
Okay.
What do you think?
I think it's
you
good.
agree?
I think that's good advice.
Yeah.
I think we'll end it there.
I love hot moms.
This has been TJ.
And we're gonna go do some like antics and crazy stuff, right?
We're gonna go.
Because I'm very Medelda.
You are. And tell them what that means.
Chatty, talkative.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
Nice one.
But yeah, it's good.
Cheers, bro.
Not too bad. Not too bad.
Nice one. Thank you.
Just a quick reminder to please click the thumbs up button if you liked the video, or thumbs down button if you didn't. Obviously. Thank you.
Focus. Are you okay? Are you gonna be okay? Oh, Phil, what are you doing to me? Hey, don't bust me out, bro.
Excuse me.
Are you okay?
Cut.
Thank you.
You've been watching Uncle, the man from Bigg World Cinema. Please like, subscribe, and share with your friends.